Welcome back to our channel, World Top Secret. Today we delve deeply into a topic that has shaped the Middle East for decades, the origins of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This complex and often heartbreaking history is essential to understanding the history of the region and the current situation. Then let's get started. To understand the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, we must first explore its historical roots. The story begins in the late 19th century, when Zionism, a Jewish nationalist movement, emerged. This movement aimed to establish a Jewish homeland in Palestine, then part of the Ottoman Empire. Meanwhile, the Arab population of Palestine had lived there for generations. As tensions grew, so did clashes between Jewish immigrants and Arab locals. After World War II and the Holocaust, international sympathy for the plight of the Jewish people led the United Nations to propose the Partition Plan of 1947. This plan aimed to divide Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states, with Jerusalem as an international city. However, Arab nations rejected the plan, leading to the First Arab-Israeli War in 1948. The 1948 war between Palestine and Israel, also known as the Israeli War of Independence or the Nakba, meaning catastrophe in Arabic, was a major conflict that took place immediately after Israel's declaration of independence. On May 14, 1948, this war was the result of a series of tensions and disagreements in the region. Following the United Nations proposal to divide Palestine into Jewish and Arab states in 1947, the Jewish community in Palestine accepted the plan, while the Arab nations rejected it. This disagreement led to a climate of hostility and a series of armed clashes between Jewish forces and local Arab forces, as well as with the armies of some neighboring Arab countries that became involved in the conflict. The resulting war was a brutal and complicated struggle, involving various factions and battlefronts throughout the region. Military clashes, attacks on civilian populations and a significant relocation of people took place. Additionally, the war caused the flight or expulsion of hundreds of thousands of Palestinian Arabs, leading to the Palestinian exodus known as the Nakba. Finally, in 1949, a ceasefire was reached and armistice agreements were signed between Israel and several Arab countries. These agreements established temporary borders and ended the war on military terms. Until 1967, when the Six-Day War broke out between Israel and neighboring Arab states. This war was a major conflict that lasted from June 5 to 10, 1967. Tensions in the region had been growing due to a number of factors, such as the dispute over control of Jerusalem and the military presence of Arab countries on the borders. From Israel, the result of this war was a surprisingly quick victory for Israel. In just 6 days, Israeli forces managed to conquer large swaths of territory, including the Sinai Peninsula, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank and East Jerusalem. This victory had a profound impact on the political geography of the region and marked a crucial moment in the history of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. As a result of the Six-Day War, Israel occupied and began administering the newly acquired territories, including the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, which had been under Jordanian and Egyptian control respectively. East Jerusalem also came under Israeli control, sparking international tensions and controversy, as Israel annexed this part of the city, a move that was not recognized by the majority of the international community. The consequences of this war continue to fuel the conflict to this day, with ongoing disputes over land, borders and the status of Palestinian refugees. Over the years, various peace negotiations and agreements have been attempted, including the Camp David Accords, the Oslo Accords and the Roadmap for Peace. However, achieving a lasting resolution remains a major challenge. But not everything is here. Last Saturday, October 7, the Palestinian militant group Hamas launched an unprecedented attack from the Gaza Strip towards Israel. In an alarming development, Hamas fighters managed to penetrate Israeli communities near the Strip, killing residents and taking hostages in the process. Israel's response was swift and forceful. They launched massive attacks on Gaza in retaliation for Hamas aggression. This episode marks a significant escalation in a conflict that has been simmering for decades. It is important to remember that Hamas has controlled the Gaza Strip since 2007 and has maintained a position of hostility toward Israel, promising its destruction. Both sides have been involved in several clashes and wars in recent years, but analysts say the recent attacks are of unprecedented magnitude. This escalation of the Palestinian-Israeli conflict is a cause for international concern, and it is expected that the international community will seek solutions to stop the violence and promote peaceful dialogue between both parties. We will continue to update you on this developing situation. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with the latest news.